Hey, what's going on, guys? Phil here, and welcome back to another Mechwarrior Online patch notes review for October of 2021. We're going to be going over all the details in this particular patch and my thoughts on it. But before we really get started, I do want to say a few things. One, if you haven't joined the Discord, I'd highly recommend it. As everyone on YouTube, you guys comment and like and all that, and I can't necessarily keep up with the one-on-one back and forth. Discord allows me to engage with you guys, and then obviously you guys can engage with other community members. Again, make sure to join us live on the Twitch streams. Again, going back to what I just said with YouTube, I can't always keep up with comments on YouTube, but I can when a live stream is occurring. So if you haven't been over there, make sure to do that. It's twitch.tv/NGNGTV. I'll have a link for the Discord and Twitch down below. And of course, last but not least, I do have a Patreon if you guys want to help support what I do here. This is my full-time gig, and it relies on supporters like you. So if you would like to support what I do and you like the content and you have the ability, consider becoming a patron today. I'll have a link down below. Thank you for considering it, and let's go ahead and dive in here. Obviously, October patch notes did come out Friday. Thank you, Darren. And he did pop on the stream as well and gave us an update. So before we get going, this is October 19th. So if you're watching this, it will be out this week. And of course, it is already kicked off with the loot bag event. I have a video specifically on that. And again, if you're new to the game, please go watch that video because there are a bunch of freebies that you can get using the trick or treat loot bag event, but you'll miss out if you don't know how to redeem those. And again, you also get a free mech as well. So Hellspawn AP, I've been playing that quite a bit as well, doing some testing in. We have obviously sales. I don't really cover that. The Hunter pack comes out this month as well, and that is the Phoenix Hawk 7S and the Stalker 7K. There's also rebalance from Viridian Bog Reborn. I love how they keep saying Reborn. I have a feeling, I'm quoting this now, I think they're going to say Mechwarrior Online Reborn. I'm calling it right now, ahead of time. That's what they're going to do. It's going to be Mechwarrior Online Reborn in 2022. Easy for them to market that one. And of course, weapon and equipment adjustments, mech agility, loadout adjustments, bug fixes, mech quirk passes, including updates to the previous quirk adjustments, and a third quirk pass. All right, so they also talk about a 6 map coming in December, but this will be an all-new quick play map designed by Francois, based off the faction play map biome Hellbore Springs, or Hellbore Springs, Hellbore Springs. Can't wait. And we actually showcased that during the stream. There's an image floating around there. It's up on my Discord as well with that. So looking forward to that new map. It doesn't look like we're going to get anything in November. So as far as Viridian Bog Reborn will be the last change until December. And then they did talk about a new map as well based off another faction play map for quick play. So let's go and talk about the Hunter pack. The Hunter pack is here. Check out the screenshots of the Phoenix Hawk and the Stalker below. Don't forget you still have 30 days to purchase the pack and qualify for the early adopters rewards. And both of these mech chassis received quirk passes in this patch, so be sure to check out those quirk sections below. Now, am I excited about the Hunter pack? No, it wasn't one of those things. I did purchase it to showcase it, and we will be checking these mechs out on Tuesday. If you want to tune in, and maybe you're on the fence like me and you didn't necessarily want to purchase, that's why I also purchased it, so you guys can tune in. I can showcase them, and again, it's with my own money. It wasn't gifted to me, it wasn't given to me by PGI. This is my money that I earned, and I am going to showcase this. So this is what I would recommend. If you're on the fence, come check it out. I'll do some videos as well, and then you can make a decision. I do like how PGI is doing the 30-day extension for the earlier adopters. I do think that's cool. It basically allows people to check it out. Hey, do I like this? Do I not like this? And then make a decision. Aesthetically, again, I didn't really know the connection to Macross Robotech with the Phoenix Hawk, but I know a lot of people have dug the camo pattern. It's very simplistic, and I know it's not always about, that. So again, I know some people enjoy it. So kudos to you guys out there. We also have the Stalker. Definitely dig the aesthetic here. I will say there's been a correlation to a World of Tanks tank that also has basically a very similar loadout on the back deck of the tank. Don't know if there was some inspiration there. I do like the camo netting draped over the mech as well. If this was Mech 5, maybe that would be able to move around and it wouldn't be static. But yeah, so there is that. Also, the Stalker versus the Phoenix Hawk. The Phoenix Hawk seems to be a pretty interesting one. Again, if you like Phoenix Hawk, sort of fast skirmisher play, it looks like this is what it's going to be doing. As far as the Stalker, again, we'll talk about that in a little bit when we get to the quirks. All right, next up we have Viridian Bog Reborn. I've actually sort of dropped the images that we got from Francois early. Some of these are actually new. There's a lot to talk about here. And for those that are worrying, hey, I don't want you to mess with this map, I really like it, be happy. They actually didn't really change what the normal part of the map. They actually just expanded out where the lily pads was, or were, I should say, was. And they expanded that where there's more cover, there's concealment. They did add here on, and it's hard to see, it's easier to see on the top down, sort of the mini map. They added, as you can see, here's the main pillar as far as the map. This is where, you know, the team normally rolls up. Here's the little, you know, skeleton. The other team rolls up, there's a ramp. Now there's a ramp here for this team to set up. There's also on this right side, there is there's ramps on this side. So now you're gonna get some counterplay, the ability for bigger mechs to get up on these platforms. But as far as the gist of it, the expansion really happened on the other side of the map. And as you can see, it's right here. This is where everything was expanded, and you know, again, going towards like Theta was, this is what was expanded. And yeah, I think it's a good addition. I think it'll be interesting to see how gameplay is and how it plays after the small adjustments. And again, here is the central pillar I was just talking about, right? We're looking this way. This is where you're now able to come up on this side as well. So I think it's good changes overall. I think it's one of those maps where I'm glad it didn't get you know, altered too much. But one of the things I always felt, and I remember saying this specifically, was I felt like the map was too narrow, and all they basically did, Francois did, is expanded this. And now the lily pads, from my understanding, he's adjusted the LODs as well, so they actually stay there the longer. So it'll allow a lot of you know, counterplay, ECM flanking to occur. And obviously, I think the ramp addition is good. I think it'll ultimately be good. So we'll just sort of have to see what goes from there. But overall, I like the design changes. I did ask Francois his thoughts on the Caustic Valley changes. He did respond to that, by the way. He said that it's too early to make any adjustments. He is paying attention. And I brought up basically the center and, you know, like Caustic Valley. Not everyone's excited about the changes. This, I'm more excited just because I feel like it doesn't fundamentally change the map. But all that all being said, I feel like Caustic really needed it. All right, so we have some weapon adjustments up next, and this is a continuation. Interesting here, decrease cooldown from 3 from 5 and to 4 from 5 on ATM 3s and 6s. I feel like ATM 3s and 6s are in a weird spot because generally you don't bring them, and that's because of how buffed AMS got. Obviously, missile health got buffed on that last patch that we have. And of course, we have cooldown from 4.3 and 4.3 on MRM 10s and 20s. That's going to be interesting just because of some mechs and their quirks out there. But overall, there was no buffs to 9s. There was no buffs to 12 ATMs. And then 30s and 40s seem to be in a good spot. I do think it's one of those things where the reason why you don't see ATM 3s is because, generally speaking, if you take an ATM 3, you fire it, your missiles just get evaporated by a wall of ATM. So there's that. I don't know how to fix that. That's just my assumption. I can count probably on one hand how many times I've seen ATM 3s. So if that tells you anything. We got some equipment adjustments in this patch. A small adjustment has been done to Mask Mark 1 in order to bring it more in line with other size in terms of intention function. This also patch includes reverting ECM stats to pre-August values. We'll talk about that. That's a very important fix here. In this patch, Mask Mark 1 is adjusted to have more burn duration in order to cover a longer distance in a single burst. This is done in exchange with reduced boost to agility stats. It should be noted that mechs able to equip Mask 1 will remain by far the most agile mechs. So I think this is more targeting like the Flea, right? What they're basically trying to do is give it a boost to the duration, but during that duration, they're reducing the overall agility. And for those that don't know, usually agility is your turn rate, your excel, de-excel, and so forth. And you can see here, excel and de-excel boost. So it doesn't have to do with turn rate per se, but the faster you're going, your turn rate is reduced. So I don't know if you knew that. or not. So that's why you're able to stand still. You can turn really quick, or if you're going really slow, you turn quicker. So just keep that in mind. All right, ECM, and this is the big one. Thankfully, this is happening. The goal of changes to the ECM was to shift more weight from the skill tree bonuses towards the base stats of the equipment to help reduce the reliance on skill nodes for acceptable performance. However, changes made to the base stats of the ECM didn't seem to take effect, while the nerfs to the skill tree nodes did. In this patch, ECM and ECM nodes in the skill tree will return to their August states until we are able to do a proper investigation into the ECM base stats tuning. Awesome. Now, for those that didn't know, ECM's been broken for 2 months now. I thought something was up in August, but I wasn't quite sure. September, I kept noticing I got pinged. And for those that don't know, if you have radar deprivation, and in this case, if you have ECM, you pick up a few. When someone loses a lock on you, you actually get an audible chirp, and there's like this weird visual like flash. It's really quick and it's really tiny, and if you're not used to it, that's what it is. And I noticed it was happening over and over a little bit more. And if you have ECM under perfect conditions, someone can't lock on to you till 200 meters. And I was getting locked on at like 400 meters. And I thought I was just crazy. You know, like during stream, I would look up, see if there was a UAV and all that. Anyways, come to find out, Navid popped in my chat, I believe at the end of September, and was like, yeah, it's bugged. And I was like, aha, I wasn't crazy. But yes, so they're reverting it. It's interesting. I did like the change that they made as far as on paper, but obviously it didn't work. The nodes on the ECM worked, but the base equipment, there must be something hard-coded. And I'd like for them to expand maybe that later, but yeah, anyways, didn't work, so there's that. Mech agility adjustments. We have Griffin acceleration normalized across all boards, D, Excel, and Excel. Mech loadout adjustments, the max engine increase on the 5SS. This is actually interesting. Will allow you to take, I would say this is more akin to you taking an XL on this, a 350 from a 315, because that would allow you to go faster. You know, obviously that leads to survivability, and then allow you to put more weapons, or I mean, those mechs are already topping out at crit space. So anyways, go faster. You're vulnerable, but it's a trade-off. And then we have mech quirks, a lot of mech quirks. Now, the first ones I'm going to go ahead and take a look at. By the way, this is adjustments to previous quirk pass. And this is actually really cool. Added stock 100 meters range to seismic sensor. This is the type of quirks I really think are awesome. Because again, it takes stuff that's part of the skill tree and is now giving flavor to mechs themselves. And I like that. I think that's fantastic. Added UAV range, again, UAV capacity. These are type of things that I think are fantastic. It doesn't overall add a power creep. It adds, to me, flavor, and I really like that. Again, and we have a few other adjustments here. UAC heat 25, that's big. And again, a few other things. Reduced UAC jam chance from 10 to 25. Added ERPPC HSL. And again, this is the King Crab. So again, low mounts. And the Marauder and 4L. And then we have a bunch of quirks. Now, I'm not going to go over these. What I am going to do is we're going to scroll down here to obviously the Phoenix Hawk. And this is the new Hunter Pack. So as you can see here, we have jump jet duration. I like that. I don't think that's a problem. Fall damage, I like that. I don't think that's a problem. Standard laser range, standard ER medium HSL. That's actually pretty cool. PPC velocity. And then a bunch of structure bonus. Target info gathering speed. Again, these are things that I think are absolutely fantastic to add to mechs. I would love to see that more across the board. So Cauldron, keep that up. And to be honest, I think that, to me, I would rather see stuff like this where it doesn't add necessarily straight power creep, like just straight up LBX cooldown or something like that. This is uniqueness. It doesn't add necessarily to the power creep, but adds flavor. So I like that. And of course, the other is the Stalker. So let's go ahead and go down here to the new Hunter Pack. Now, the Stalker is interesting that it gets plus 18 on left, right torso, and plus, I'm assuming that means armor on left, right torso. It's that's a little bit of a hiccup, it looked like, and PPC velocity. Now, this is competing against other Stalkers, and you can see they've removed some cooldowns. They've switched things around. I don't play Stalkers very often. I know Jay-Z out there is super excited to play these. But, you know, my initial impressions are, I don't know. I don't play Stalkers enough. I only see a handful out there. They're usually large laser boats or missile boats or SRM and missile or SRM and energy. But overall, it's a huge, again, patch. We do have a bug fix. PPC heat scale limit HSL quirk on the Highlander 733P has been fixed to only affect IS standard PPCs. I believe it was set up for ER PPCs or something along those lines. All right, so overall, that's it for the October patch. There is obviously, we've got a change to a map happening. We've got the new Hunter pack coming out. We have quirk changes. We have a few adjustments to equipment, reverting the ECM. But that's your October patch, and I'm looking forward to hearing what's going to go down in November and December. But anyways, guys, that's it for this review. Overall, I think it's I like that Viridian Bog's getting touched. I think there were some issues there. It's good to see it expanded. Obviously this is the third quirk pass. I do like those quirk changes that don't necessarily add to just power creep. They add flavor, uniqueness. They're pulling stuff that I think is really unique as far as the skill tree and some of those nodes like Radar Depth and Seismic. Why can't mechs just have them? That gives them something unique. I think like the skill tree, what it did is it sucked a lot of the flavor out of the ability to give mechs unique stuff. And if you can just start adding those back and obviously then the question is, do you de-escalate some of the power creep in other forms? That's up to the Cauldron to decide and PGI, but that's going to be it for this video. If you guys found this informative, let me know. Again, leave it in the comments. Are you excited about the bog changes? What are your thoughts about this new Hellbore, quick play map? Obviously, I posted a video or an image on Discord of that was given to me by Francois, so check that out if you haven't. And of course, again, if you like this video, click the like button. Again, leave a comment, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Until next time.